Hey guys, welcome to the Winchester Firearms Museum. It's a little odd.
Yeah, is this the largest one on the West Coast?
On the West Coast? Ooh, you tricked me out. You tripped me up. No, I think the Autry's collection is probably a little bit bigger. But we are here at the Winchester Mystery House with not Danny, Nathan. Danny's my assistant curator as contact. So normally we do this together, and I'm really excited that I'm not having to like crick my neck all the way up because I think he'd be a little bit too tall for this house. But if you're not familiar with this house, this was Sarah Winchester, who was married to William Wirt Winchester. This was her house after her husband passed away, and her daughter, I believe, correct, passed away. She moved out to California and started building this wacky house, which if you'll pan over. I got my fiance holding the phone today, so it's very exciting. And they just opened up 40 new rooms, right?
Yes, the Explore More Tour.
Yes, the Explore More Tour. So if you've been here before, you should come back because there's more to see. And I saw new things, and I was just here last year, like late last year, so I'm pretty impressed. But what we're gonna focus on is the Winchester Firearms Museum, go figure, because obviously we were the Winchester Arms Museum in the 1970s, 1980s, and then now we're the Cody Firearms Museum. But let's go inside, and I want you to talk a little bit about what's in here.
Great.
I'm pretty impressed by what you guys have.
Let's go.
Come on.
We'll hold the door for you.
Maybe. We're nice like that. Alrighty, so here we are in the first room, and if you look over here, you kind of see a little bit of pre-Winchester. And Nathan, will you talk to us about why there's a gun collection at the Winchester Mystery House?
Well, there's a gun collection here because we want to make sure everybody knows that Sarah Winchester inherited part of its fortune. And it was started by Oliver Fisher Winchester as an investor when he partnered with Benjamin Tyler Henry to create the Henry rifle. And then we go all the way down to the middle, which is the 1873, and then it's kind of a progression of the firearms that Winchester made. So we want to just go ahead and tell people whenever they ask about how did Sarah Winchester get all that money to build that strange house, it came from the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. She got about $1,000 a day for about 40 years as an inheritance.
Do you know what that would be like today?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. Yeah, with inflation.
Yeah.
That was from 1884 till about 1922, when she passed away.
Well, and I want to pan over to this cool little thing. So I just want to say, hey, Buffalo Bill Center of the West, we should get our own presser and penny with Winchester rifle, because I think that'd be pretty cool. People always come in and they want to have some kind of souvenir, some takeaway, but you know, we kind of found them taking the guns from the museum, so you had a penny with a gun on it.
That's right, and we've got 5 of those machines, so you can collect them all.
Well, one of the things that I was kind of struck, I saw this collection for the first time last November or something like that, or you guys were decorating for Christmas, so it was real jovial. It was just, I was amazed at how many different kinds of models that you had here, because I really didn't expect, coming to the Winchester Mystery House, as a kid, I watched every single show the Winchester Mystery House was ever on, and I never really knew that there was a firearms museum. But this is a big draw if you like guns and you're in the area. I understand this is free. This is one of those many free things that you can do. Just kind of walking around the yards. We talk about what we got.
Yeah, a lot of people come in here just to shop in the gift store, and they don't know, but we tell them they can come into our Historic Firearms Museum. This museum has approximately 114 authentic Winchester rifles, and then a collection of some other things that don't really relate to Winchester, and then a free garden tour that they can just walk around all the way around the perimeter of the house and at least see it from the outside, but they do have to pay to go on a guided tour.
There's a pretty neat shooting gallery too. We were just messing
Sarah's attic.
Sarah's attic.
Newly discovered room.
A newly discovered room outside. Go figure.
That's right.
And this is pretty neat, just because I feel like every time I see a gun museum, you always get a good overview timeline, even if it's focused in a specific manufacturer. And so I was kind of struck by the fact that you got, a matchlock, a wheel lock, a flintlock. I don't know if Mark's showing those ones. There we go. A matchlock at the bottom, a wheel lock, a flintlock, percussion, and then you go into some of the metallic cartridge systems up to the lever action. And so I like that, because when we were the Winchester Arms Museum in 1980, we also had a pretty comprehensive timeline. A lot of people didn't realize that we had things that weren't Winchesters because we had the name the Winchester Museum. But it's nice to have something like that, because it really shows people who don't know about guns kind of the evolution that stepped up and how revolutionary Oliver Winchester's invention was.
Yes,
which
exactly.
actually was originally patented by Smith & Wesson.
Yes.
We don't always brag about that too much.
Yeah.
And so we'll walk around a little bit so you can see just how diverse the collection is that they've got. I pretty much can guarantee that if you like a Winchester model, they have it in here, which is nice. It's nice that you guys gathered such a historic collection. Do you have anyone that's your favorite?
I like the Model 94 because as far as I know, they still make it. And second from the left over here, and that's a carbine. And even as a kid, my dad bought one of those, 30-30, as most of them are made.
And we actually have one of Irma Cody's 94s in the collection at Cody, which is pretty neat. Let's keep walking because we have some other non-Winchesters as we walk by. And one of the things that I absolutely adore, Mark's lagging there a little bit. Oh, heck.
Oh, there he is, there he is.
There he is this Winchester cartridge board. I mean, it's just stunning. I turned the corner the first time and was like, oh my gosh. We have a bunch of the Winchester cartridge boards in the museum, but they're on loan to us, and I think the lender is going to take them off display and sell them. So
oh, wow.
It's quite a rare thing to see such a complete board. All kinds of different Winchester cartridges. Other manufacturers did them, but the Winchester ones are kind of the most well-known. And over here, obviously not Winchesters. Although Winchester did make revolvers, they just weren't that successful. Do you know how these came to be in the collection?
We had a wax museum at one point, and these were in a display in the wax museum back in the 60s and the very early 70s, and then they removed that, and they decided before we got this collection from a guy named Joe McEwen, who we had a lot of Winchesters in here, but it was a very hodgepodge, not complete collection, and Joe lives in Sunnyvale, and he has a collection of guns that's probably 4 times bigger than this museum in his basement. So we
Don't say that. We won't say where his address is.
Okay, so we went ahead and we bought all these firearms from him, and we completed our museum to make it as complete as we could. And these are just kind of a leftover of interest that people can kind of look at.
That's really neat. Now, you said wax museum. I feel like I need to know a little bit more about that wax museum.
Oh boy. The wax museum was where the cafe is, and people really liked it. It had Sarah Winchester in it, and it had Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, you know, from Thermopolis. And
please tell me there were photographs.
They weren't. They were wax. They were all wax.
Oh no, I mean there's photographic evidence of this in existence.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to see those. So, Mark, if you'll come around here, we'll see a familiar face, Buffalo Bill. Talking a little bit about the glass balls, the lever action that he made so famous, and you know, it's the 100th anniversary of the passing of William F. Cody. So our Buffalo Bill Center of the West is 100 years old this year. So it's kind of a very pivotal year for the American West and its history.
Is that a smoothbore rifle?
Yes, it is. You like that?
I wonder where that factory letter came from.
I don't know. I was seeing the name on the person. I don't actually recognize that name. Sorry, Jesse. But yeah, that's one of our factory letters. Go figure. Cody in San Jose, California.
That's
but
right.
Mark did ask about the smoothbore rifle thing just because I know you guys have heard me say a million times that Winchester did make smoothbore rifles, and we know that that's an oxymoron, but that was partly because they were using shot instead of just one solid projectile in a lot of their arena shows. The story goes that they accidentally shot through a greenhouse window once. We don't know if that's true. It's one of the urban legends of William F. Cody, but that's the story. And then after that, oh yeah, we're just staying so far apart. We need to go more closer. And so that's the story that goes along with it, but we don't know if that's 100% true. But it's a great story, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And as you come into this room, I'm just going to take this little cannon here. I think it's pretty cool. We can use that for a wedding bib.
And you can put it in this little box.
Ooh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Is that the original box for it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it,
Yeah,
but I was
shiny.
It's pretty shiny. And as you kind of come around here, you'll see a bunch of the different shotgun variations. My personal favorite, the lever action shotgun, which was a John Browning design. He didn't want to make it, but lever actions, that was the Winchester name and brand, so he made it, and I don't know, I shoot that one pretty well. I don't shoot other shotguns well, but I shoot that shotgun pretty well. And so you can see kind of the trench gun that's here, the 1897. That was one of the first real shotguns used in military conflict in the United States was the 97. They modified it, they added the bayonet to it, which is its own very complex story that I think Danny, our assistant curator, regaled us on our very long World War I, because it's also the 100th anniversary of the U.S. entry into World War I this year. A lot of anniversaries this year.
Yes, there are.
We've got some double barrel shotguns, more shotguns over here, and then of course, love them or hate them, the Winchester Commemoratives.
Yes.
That was a really popular thing that happened, especially in the post-World War II period, because after World War II, you had Westerns, you had Americans with televisions for the first time, and I think by 1959, 8 out of 10 shows that were most watched shows on TV were Westerns. So there was a huge call. I like this music. It's just, I just noticed it.
It's relaxing as you come into
great.
the Hall of Rifles.
Yes, as you go into the Hall of Rifles, it's very relaxing. I feel like we should do a waltz or something. But yeah, so the Western, there was a big resurgence in the Western in the post-World War II period. So lots of companies were revamping old brands, and then companies like Winchester, which is Olin, I think, at that point in time, started making commemoratives. Some people love them, some people don't love them. But we can tell how you feel about it if you come over to this corner and see the Lovo-meter. I love that thing.
That's to fund our next firearm purchase.
Yes. You think that'll
Maybe it might help. Every quarter counts.
Nah.
Well, this is just such a really cool space, and I want to thank you guys for letting us kind of come in after hours.
Thanks for being here.
And take a nice look at the Winchester Firearms Museum, not the Winchester Arms Museum, to be confused in Cody, Wyoming. But it's pretty neat to see that the Winchester Mystery House, Sarah Winchester's legacy. If you've never been here, you have to come here. It's so interesting. And like I said earlier, if you've been here before, come see the 40 plus new rooms that you can walk around the Explore More tour. I wish I could spend hours more here, but it's getting dark and I need dinner, so thank you so much. If you guys have any more questions about the Winchester Mystery House, you know where to ask, and I think you're going to be seeing a little bit of Danny tomorrow morning as he talks about the guns of World War I, so make sure to check that out back in Cody, Wyoming. See you guys.